Welcome to John GN TV. We are excited to be here to you, and thanks so much for tuning in. Today in our studio we have, no, actually it's not a studio, we have invaded someone's office, one of the best men that I have come across, and you can wait to hear who is this gentleman I'm having on board. So today we have one of the most amazing men, once again, a golf professional, award-winning director of golf, and he's my boss, and he is a father and husband, and we are calling him so that he can share his story, so that we can inspire the young men who are out there and all businessmen, young ladies, and everybody all around the globe. So wait to hear from him. We are so honored to be in his office. Welcome.
Thanks, John. How are you?
I'm good, thank you.
Thank you for the lovely introduction.
Thank you so much. And of course, our fans would like to know who is this gentleman and who is this. Would you mind to introduce yourself first?
Absolutely.
Thank you.
So, my name's Stephen Hubner. I'm a Scottish guy from Scotland in the UK. I am 39 years old. So I was born back in 1981.
Wow.
And as John said, I'm a golf professional. I'm the director of golf here at Jumeirah Golf Estates. I've had the pleasure of working here for almost 2 years now, which has been great. I've been working in Dubai for almost 15 years now. I've got a wife, Lee, who's an architect, and I've got two amazing kids, William, who's 8, and Hannah, who is 6.
Amazing. That's great to hear from you, Steve. The reason we came here is you share part of your story so that people can understand the far people would come to your point of success. Maybe you say that you are from Scotland. Could you tell us how you came to Dubai and how did you start about it?
Yeah, absolutely, John.
Yeah.
So I think I met my wife, Lee, when we were maybe about 22 years old.
Wow.
And at that time, I was a young assistant golf professional, so working in the pro shop at a golf club in Scotland.
Yeah.
And, you know, you'd be in the pro shop like a golf reservations role in the pro shop, so selling Mars bars and re-gripping golf clubs and restudding shoes and learning from my boss how to give lessons and that kind of thing. And at that point in my life, I'd never really thought that I would ever live anywhere else than Scotland, to be honest. It had never even really crossed my mind. You know, I enjoyed living in Scotland. I grew up there. My mum and dad were there. Yeah. And then when I met Lee, she said to me that she was studying architecture and she had an opportunity when she finished to go to Dubai. Yeah. And I was in love, so I just sort of said, yeah, Dubai sounds great. It's a great weather, great place for golf. Mm-hmm. And we came in November 2005. We came out here on holiday for 2 weeks or 10 days for a reconnaissance mission, doing a little bit of investigating, and we both had a wonderful 10 days. Wow. I came to the golf clubs here and I met a lot of the pros and directors of golf, and it just seemed like the type of place we would both enjoy coming. Wow. So in March 2006, we left our mums and dads and flew out here as boyfriend and girlfriend. Wow. And we've had a great journey ever since. Wow,
amazing. Nice to hear that Lee has that great impact. And maybe if it were not of Lee, you wouldn't be here, isn't it?
I think so, yeah. I think so, absolutely.
So I'm sure that she have contributed to so much immense to your success as well. What would you tell her if she would be watching this video in the coming few days, maybe?
Oh, yeah. You didn't say you were going to ask me this. So I would say that, I'd say, thank you, Lee. It's been an amazing 18 years, or whatever it's been together. I've thoroughly enjoyed it. I've loved the fact that we moved out here to Dubai as a couple of, not kids, but really young adults. Yeah. And, we got engaged, we got married, we then had children. So we've had a wonderful journey together, and I'm looking forward to the rest of it. I feel as though I'm giving my blooming 50th anniversary wedding speech here, John.
This is great, Steve. So, and that's so beautiful to see how a family can come from one point to another point. So maybe for the sake of the young people who are there, Steve, and you just told us that you came from a certain point, like a pro shop attendant or something, and today you are a golf director. What would you tell these young people who believe that it's magical, they want to see success instantly?
Okay. Well, I think that, I suppose success is measured in many different ways, isn't it?
Yeah.
I mean, I would say that success is about being happy and motivated and feeling as though you've got challenges and you're improving yourself and all of these things. So I suppose success is a sort of journey.
Yeah, it's a journey.
And for me, if you're talking about coming from when I was younger, back in, like, when I was at school, you know, you'd finish school, you'd go home from school and you'd go to the supermarket and you'd push trolleys and work in the checkout counter, and then when I finished school you'd do some of that as well. So yeah, it's been a long time since then doing that, but it's not felt like a long time, John.
True.
You know, it's passed in the blink of an eye.
Yeah.
And I suppose maybe you don't need to have these long-term big goals all the time. Maybe we can just, you know, have some goals, have some targets, but maybe we just really focus on them, work hard, get that done, move on to the next thing, you know, and just keep going like that and enjoy the process. I think if we're too caught up in targets all the time, sometimes we don't ever stop and smell the roses.
Yeah, that's true.
I think we need to sort of enjoy the process.
Exactly.
And that's what makes time go by so quickly.
Amazing. Nice to hear that. So maybe on to the next point, maybe we'd like to discuss about golf industry and how COVID-19 has impacted the industry. And not only maybe during the lockdown, maybe afterwards, because I have seen in the past few years I've been here, this year seems business has been good. How was it? How is it to you?
Well, it's been a crazy year.
Yeah.
For everybody, obviously. In the golf industry, we have been particularly fortunate.
Yeah.
The hospitality industry has struggled.
Yeah.
Golf is part of hospitality.
Yeah.
But golf has been less affected.
True.
Obviously, it's a game that doesn't require any real contact.
True.
It's very socially distanced. It's one thing that people have been able to do safely.
Wow.
We were closed for about 35 days, I think it was in total.
Yep.
And I think it's changed a lot, the way we run the golf club. You know, I mean, health and safety has always been a priority.
True.
But nowadays, health and safety is everything.
That's true.
You know, and we have been very, very careful and very, very strict on how we are operating.
Yep.
And what we are doing to make sure people feel safe and are safe when they're here in our restaurants, using our recreation facilities, playing golf. And it's been quite challenging because those guidelines and rules have been changing all the time because everyone's been learning and researching and coming up with new ideas.
Yeah.
So we've had to be very agile this year.
Yeah.
And there's been a big demand for golf as well because people have been out of work or working from home.
Yeah.
They have flexibility. Flexible working hours is great. More people are feeling they can play golf during the day and work at night time or early in the morning.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's been quite difficult, but it's went over very fast. You know, the period is going quickly, and we've still got a lot of learnings to take from it.
True.
But I think we've really prioritised health and safety of our colleagues and of our customers first and foremost, and we've been very successful at not having outbreaks, like large outbreaks amongst colleagues or members or things like that. So, you know, a big thank you to all of the team in HR, the team at the Dubai Golf Residencies, for all of their hard work and ensuring that we're all keeping safe. And I think it's been a great team effort.
Yeah, that's true. And of course, having those very
safe. And I think it's been a great team effort.
Yeah, that's true. And of course, having those very obedient members and clients they come and, they do according to the government protocols. It has been amazing. And of course, we are very lucky because so many people have been laid off and so many businesses have been shut down. And there are those directors of business or business owners, they are trying to come back to business. Maybe you can share with them what you have learned and what you think they should do.
Well, I think that during difficult times like this, the tendency is to make yourself smaller. It's to cut your costs and reduce and be careful and all these things, which are important. Yeah. But I think the big winners out of this will be the companies that try and change but improve what they do. Yeah. Improve their quality. Quality will always win. Yeah. So the companies that can come out now with new ideas, innovative ideas, and maybe they do spend a little bit more money, and maybe they can't make as much profit at the moment, but they're going to make their brand stronger. Yeah. And their quality higher. Yeah, that's true. It's a shame in difficult times like this, the first thing to go is L&D, learning and development. Companies say, we can't afford learning and development. Yeah. And I'm just thinking, what a shame. Yeah. Of course you can afford learning and development. We must afford learning and development to be able to improve. Thankfully in Dubai Golf, we're continuing with our training programs and everything. Mm-hmm. And that's why we're going to come out of this strong. Yeah. And kudos to the senior management within Wassail Hospitality and Leisure and Dubai Golf, to Chris May, Ismail Sharif here at the club, and Mustafa Al Hashimi. Yeah. They are very, very focused and always have been on, even though times are tough, we still need to improve what we do. Exactly. So that would be my big advice to any company coming out of COVID. Awesome. And maybe, Steve, I will take you back a little bit on family, if you allow me to. So how have you managed to balance your career on your busy schedule and your family? Okay, good question. Yeah. My wife might give you a slightly different answer than I'll give you. Yeah. So when I was younger, I used to... My thing was just to work longer and harder than everybody else. So I would work early in the morning. I'd work a lot in the pro shop at the golf club, for example. I would use my days off to practice my golf, to try and improve. I would work all winter in the supermarket so that I had enough money to go to Portugal for a week to practice with my brother. And then when I finished working in the pro shop at night, I would then teach for a few hours at night, teach the kids, go to a driving range. I remember teaching in the freezing cold weather in the snow. I can remember one night in the winter I had to phone my brother, who's a golf professional, and I had to get him to come and take over my junior coaching, because even although I was wearing like 4 layers of clothing, I was frozen just standing giving these lessons. So I think back then the working hours were very long, and when I first came to Dubai it was the same thing. You'd maybe not taking much time off work, coming in very early in the morning, going home very late at night. And that was just the way for a long time, but I loved what I was doing. Wow. So if you're passionate about what you're doing, it doesn't matter. And Lee was very busy with her work and everything, and we still had time together and enjoyed life, a little bit of work hard, play hard. So it was just busy. Never sitting around doing nothing. That's true. Just busy, working hard. And playing golf, developing my career, and spending time with great people out here in Dubai. And then once we got married and then had children, it probably started to change a little bit. And by that time, I was a bit more aware that I can't just be in work all the time. And so I started taking my time off and taking a day off at the weekend to spend with my family. And since the kids came along, I've been pretty good at that. I've managed to your job is never done. That's true. The job is never done. So you've got to do the best you can in the time that you allow yourself, and you've got to prioritise your family. That's true. And you've got to prioritise spending time with your family, because I don't want to look back and say that I didn't spend much time with the kids. I miss birthdays.
Yeah.
I miss Christmas.
Yes.
I don't want to do that.
That's true.
I don't need to be the richest stiff in the cemetery.
Yeah.
if that's the payment.
That's true.
So no, I want to enjoy my family.
Yeah.
I'll still work hard.
True.
I've still got a strong work ethic.
Yeah.
Hopefully over the years as well, you get a little bit better at your job, you get more efficient, you get more experienced, you manage your time better, you read a lot of books, you probably get a little bit stronger, so it makes it a little bit more manageable. When you're younger and you're learning things for the first time, it takes you longer to navigate these things. So I think that I have managed to create, considering I'm working in golf and hospitality, which is generally long unsociable hours, I think I've managed to create quite a nice work-life balance, and I think my wife would agree with me.
I mean, thank you so much, Steve. Maybe there is one more question that was popping in my mind as you are explaining this. It's about those young people. Let me say, first of all, those young people who are looking onto the game of golf, turning it to be a career. And those who maybe they don't know that the game of golf can pay. What is your advice on it?
Well, I think that for any young people who are interested in getting into golf, I think it's as a career.
Yeah.
I think there's so many different avenues in golf that you can go.
Yeah.
When I was younger, I used to be teaching.
Yeah.
And I used to look after the golf academy at Dubai Creek, and that was amazing, and teaching lots of kids and beginners and all that kind of advanced players. I loved it.
Yeah.
And I think that some people go into golf and become agronomy experts.
Wow.
Some people go into golf and become general managers, or they go into golf and become in marketing of golf, and it is very varied. Some people go into golf and become Tiger Woods, they become amazing players.
Exactly.
So I think it's just important that young children they have a good idea as to why they're wanting to go into golf.
True.
And they kind of need to decide, what do I want to do? What am I passionate about?
Yeah.
Because there's no point in doing something you don't enjoy and you're not passionate about, so forget that.
Yeah.
That's the worst mistake that young people make, I would say.
Yeah.
You need to do something you're passionate about, and then you'll love going to work every day.
Exactly.
Decide what you're wanting to do.
Yeah.
And go for it. Make a plan on how you're going to get there, and then every single day, just follow that simple little recipe.
Exactly.
It's a way in the future. You want to do this a way in the future. Forget that. Your goal is just here. Today I need to do this, and this.
Yeah.
Okay, well, just do that.
Yeah.
And then tomorrow you'll have a new plan and a new plan.
Yeah.
And all those little steps will just move you towards that goal.
Amazing. Yeah.
You eat an elephant one bite at a time.
Yeah, exactly. And of course, Steve, we would like to know maybe what you are so energetic, and of course we love you here at Jumeirah Golf Estate, and of course we have seen you having a special, I would call it, distinction when it comes to your work. What is that inspires you to keep moving?
What inspires me to keep moving? I don't know. I mean, I read a lot of things. I've got quite a positive surrounding in my family, my home life.
Yep.
There's not any bad vibes.
Yeah.
There's not really any negativity. There's not any arguing and nonsense. It's generally quite happy and seeing the positive in things and never dwelling on problems. Yeah. And that keeps me upbeat. But I think I try and keep my exercise up. I eat well.
Yeah.
I eat healthy foods.
Yeah.
I exercise regularly.
Yeah.
So that definitely helps.
Wow.
No question about it.
Amazing. And you're one of the guys who make a difference every single day. And as I said earlier, you are, you have a busy schedule. How do you start your morning as we conclude this show?
How do I start my morning?
Yeah.
Well, it's probably not the same every single morning.
Yeah.
We go through good spells and bad spells.
Yeah.
But in general, this morning.
Yeah.
So this morning, I didn't get up as early as I wanted. We probably got up about 5:30 maybe.
Okay.
And then I've got a really good stretching routine for my hips at the moment.
Wow.
So I did about 12 to 13 minutes of these 10 hip stretching mobility exercises. Got a bit of a problem in my left hip.
Okay. Steve, maybe there is one more question that was popping in my mind as you are explaining this. It's about those young people. Let me say, first of all, those young people who are looking onto the game of golf, turning it to be a career. And those who maybe they don't know that the game of golf can pay. What is your advice on it?
Well, I think that for any young people who are interested in getting into golf, I think it's as a career.
Yeah.
I think there's so many different avenues in golf that you can go.
Yeah.
You know, when I was younger, I used to be teaching.
Yeah.
And I used to look after the golf academy at Dubai Creek, and that was amazing, and teaching lots of kids and beginners and all that kind of advanced players. I loved it.
Yeah.
And I think that some people go into golf and become agronomy experts.
Wow.
Some people go into golf and become general managers, or they go into golf and become in marketing of golf, you know. And it is very varied. Some people go into golf and become Tiger Woods, they become amazing players.
Exactly.
So I think it's just important that young children they have a good idea as to why they're wanting to go into golf.
True.
And they kind of need to decide, what do I want to do? What am I passionate about?
Yeah.
Because there's no point in doing something you don't enjoy and you're not passionate about. So forget that.
Yeah.
That's the worst mistake that young people make, I would say.
Yeah.
You need to do something you're passionate about, and then you'll love going to work every day.
Exactly.
Decide what you're wanting to do.
Yeah.
And go for it. Make a plan on how you're going to get there, and then every single day, just follow that simple little recipe.
Exactly.
It's a way in the future. You want to do this a way in the future. Forget that. Your goal is just here. Today I need to do this, and this.
Yeah.
Okay, well, just do that.
Yeah.
And then tomorrow you'll have a new plan and a new plan.
Yeah.
And all those little steps will just move you towards that goal.
Amazing.
You know?
Yeah.
You eat an elephant one bite at a time.
Yeah, exactly. And of course, Steve, we would like to know maybe what you are so energetic, and of course we love you here at Jumeirah Golf Estate, and of course we have seen you having a special, I would call it, distinction when it comes to your work. What is that inspires you to keep moving?
What inspires me to keep moving? I don't know. I mean, I read a lot of things. I've got quite a positive surrounding in my family, my home life.
Yep.
There's not any bad vibes.
Yeah.
There's not really any negativity. There's not any arguing and nonsense. It's generally quite happy and seeing the positive in things and never dwelling on problems. Yeah. And that keeps me upbeat. But I think I try and keep my exercise up. I eat well.
Yeah.
I eat healthy foods.
Yeah.
I exercise regularly.
Yeah.
So that definitely helps.
Wow.
No question about it.
Amazing. And you're one of the guys who make a difference every single day. And as I said earlier, you are, you have a busy schedule. How do you start your morning as we conclude this show?
How do I start my morning?
Yeah.
Well, it's probably not the same every single morning.
Yeah.
We go through good spells and bad spells.
Yeah.
But in general, this morning.
Yeah.
So this morning, I didn't get up as early as I wanted. We probably got up about 5:30 maybe.
Perfect. Okay.
And then I've got a really good stretching routine for my hips at the moment.
Wow.
So I did about 12 to 13 minutes of these 10 hip stretching mobility exercises. Got a bit of a problem in my left hip.
Okay.
So I did that,
Yeah.
and then I swam. I did about 40 lengths swimming.
Okay.
And I did that with my son and daughter, William and Hannah.
Yep.
and then we listened to some nice music. We listened to actually Pachelbel Canon, which is amazing classical music that my wife walked down the aisle to.
Wow.
So that was at about 6:30 after we get showered.
Yeah.
And then we made breakfast together. We made scrambled eggs and toast. And we sit down and have breakfast together every morning. Yeah. And then I dropped the kids off at school and came here.
Wow.
But generally we always start with exercise.
Amazing.
So, you know, when I'm on a good run, I'll be up at 5 and I'll do yoga for 50 minutes.
Wow.
And then after yoga, my wife and I would go for a walk, maybe for about 40 minutes, a brisk walk around the neighbourhood. Yeah. And then I might go for a little swim after that. So my best days always start with good exercise.
Good exercise.
Although I'm wanting to tweak my morning routine and try and perfect it, but at the moment I'm throwing in these hip mobility because it's really relevant to me.
Okay.
But I think I've just finished reading a wonderful book called The 5 a.m. Club by Robin Sharma, which I'll give you. But I was going to give you it, but I started it again, and now I'm halfway through it for the second time.
Amazing.
Great book. And it talks about in the morning you do the 20-20-20 formula.
Yep.
So first 20 minutes, good hard exercise, push-ups, burpees, get the blood pumping.
Yes.
And then you're going to do 20 minutes on your sort of plan, your goals, you know, what am I going to be doing today, you know, really good stuff.
Yeah.
And then 20 minutes on your sort of spiritual side or meditation.
Wow.
So that first hour of your day, you know, just sets you up for greatness. I personally want to have a bit more exercise than that.
Yeah.
I quite like the idea of starting my day with an hour at least of exercise. So that's why I need to get up at 5 in the morning.
Yeah.
But John, do you know what? It's not possible all the time. I could go through 3 months in a row and do it every morning.
Yes.
And then I can go 3 months in a row and maybe only manage it 2 or 3 times a week. So yeah, I'm still far from perfect in that in that place.
All right, amazing to hear that, Stephen. So we are concluding this video, and we are so honored to have you, Stephen. Thank you for having us here in your office. What you do, I would like you to end this video. How?
John, I would like to thank you for the opportunity to come along and join John GNTV.
Exactly.
Big shout out.
Thank you.
I really appreciate it. I think that you're I've loved working with you for the last 2 years. I've loved working with all the team here at Jumeirah Golf Estates.
Thank you.
I really think that it's been a challenging time with Dubai Golf coming in, management changing, COVID, but we're really moving in the right direction. I think we've got a nice atmosphere, lots of great people, and you're a great example to your fellow colleagues.
Thank you.
You're a supervisor in the golf operations team, and you are also developing your career, and you've been promoted since I've arrived here, and you're working in your golf, you're always trying to improve.
Yes.
And I think that's what we've got to do. We've always if we keep trying to get better. In every, I mean, at the moment, there's things in my mind all the time, like, I'm not doing enough for charity. Like, I don't actively go out once a week and go to a soup kitchen. And, you know, these are the things I'm always thinking, why am I not doing that? And it's like, and I don't keep in touch with my mum and dad enough. You know, it's been 3 weeks since I had a Skype with my mum and dad. What about my brother? What about my sister? You know, and we need to maybe not beat ourselves too much on these things, because I do beat myself up quite a bit. But also, if you want to do these things, if you want to speak to your mum and dad more often, if I want to go and volunteer at a soup kitchen to show William and Hannah a good way of living, then just bloody do it. Just get on with it and start.
Exactly.
Because otherwise you'll blink and you'll be 70 years old and then you'll be dead.
That's true.
Thank you, John.
Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Okay. Sorry.
Take care. It's okay. We've got our hand sanitizer, so we're allowed to do that.
Thank you so much.
Thanks, John.
And looking forward to have another session with you.
Pleasure.
For now, see you later, and keep on subscribing to our YouTube channel.
Absolutely. Thank you.